Good afternoon and welcome to the news at 2. I am Matthew Amoke. Enugu State House of Assembly Committee on Works and Infrastructure has directed contractors handling road projects in the state to employ the Bill of Engineering Measurement and Evaluation (BEMA) for quality and durable road infrastructure. The chairman of the House Committee, Clifford Nemeka Obe, gave the directive during an oversight function.
Road infrastructure visited by the House Committee on Works were Owo, Isiuzo Road and the Enugu New City roads. While expressing displeasure at the pace of work and substandard materials used, the committee chairman maintained that the government of Peter Mba is passionate about providing quality road network in Enugu for enhanced socio-economic development. The members insist that contractors must work according to specification and appropriate materials at each development stage of the project.
Since we represent them, we need to get the best out of their money. So if any contractor, after warning them and making a recommendation for them to get to the specification and do on ground what is written on the contract they sign, if they are not doing it, it means we make also recommendation to the government to stop them from going further in their job, because if they go further, they might be useless in some materials and also it will be cost effective on them. His Excellency Pitamba has a manifesto that he delivered, and he knows the time frame arranged for these guys to finish this job. So if you are looking at them and you're not escalating whatever issue that you see on site, it means you're not helping the government. And these people, we are paying them with public funds, which needs to be accounted for. Am I right?
Yes.
When projects are constructed according to specification, it will ensure quality and durability. In Enugu, Chimaroke Ugu, NTA News.
In a male-dominated trade, girls discover their unique interest, and their stories may inspire a lot of young people out there. If anyone in this report takes a look at women in shoe cobbling business, her report is taken by Uchenna Moikoye.
Research has shown that shoemaking is one of the trades that is dominated by men. For instance, the shoe site at Unkwele Zunaka in Anambra State is dominated by male. Interestingly, NTA News crew discovered few women who are now into the profession. Obiesi Ebubechukwu is one of them. Obiesi is a graduate of microbiology. Her desire to succeed inspired her into abandoning her line of education.
I've not really seen anything as male-dominated while growing up. I've always known I can do it, so far I actually want to do it. And the second thing that brought me here was purpose discovery. I discovered who I am and what I wanted to do earlier, so I ventured into it.
Obiesi has 3 employees on her payroll through her shoemaking business.
Back then, it was the era of parents deciding what their child wanted to be. When I finally told them, this is what I want to do, it was a war in my house, being a young girl trying to do what men does.
I'll say it's choice, because right from when I was small, I actually like wearing palms, different kind of designs. So I grew passion for it. So once I wear, people like it, so they order for it.
We've seen the condition of things in Nigeria. After graduating, there will be no work, so I decided to enroll myself in one of the handwork.
The success story of Obiesi as a lady in the shoemaking business is a case of whatever your hand finds to do it well, and whatever a man can do, a woman can also do.
The federal government tariff for customers on Band A nationwide with immediate effect. Under the new tariff, customers on Band A who enjoy 24 hours electricity supply daily We now pay 225 naira kilowatts per hour. At a media briefing in Abuja, Vice Chairman of Nigeria Electricity Regulatory Commission, Ms. Leo Seni, says customers on Band A are 15% of the total electricity customers in the country. Customers and other bands are not affected by this new tariff. We'll take a short break here to be back shortly.
Our 2 p.m. news now comes up every day, Monday to Friday. Stay with NTA ENUGU Network Center.
Welcome back. Road users have applauded the federal government for the palliative work at the new artisan collapsed bridge along Enugu-Port Harcourt Expressway, which has eased traffic. Chineye Nwoye completes the story.
In September last year, the bridge at the new artisan market axis of the Enugu-Port Harcourt Expressway collapsed, and this brought to a standstill the ever-busy road which links Enugu to about 5 states in the southeast zone. While the federal government is working on the collapsed bridge, it provided a diversion culvert for road users to ply before the completion of the new bridge.
The Minister of Works, Chief David Nweze Omahi, is the one rushing the process to get this culvert as you see it now, and for the earthwork to be ongoing fastly. Also, he directs the Chinese contractors to do this bridge, the other bridge, with fast process.
Federal government, they are working our bridge to help Nigerian citizens. So we appreciate at the work what they are doing.
The road users, while commending the federal government for the palliative work, pleaded for an expedited work on the collapsed bridge.
Throughout last year, when this thing happened, this is a no-go area. But as you can see, the government are doing what they should, like what we expect of them. At least, what we can see now is just temporary passage, while the main work is ongoing. They need to speed up the work so that there's traffic everywhere.
With the massive human and machinery labor ongoing at the collapsed bridge, it is hoped that the road users will breathe a sigh of relief and commercial activities there restored to normalcy. In Enugu, Chineye Nwoye, NTA News.
President session is determined to ensure that education sector is given proper attention to develop and drive a more rapid growth of the country. The president said this as he signed the National Students Loan Scheme Amendment Bill in the presence of the President of the Senate, Godswill Akpabio, and his deputy, Baro Jibri, at the State House. Beats ahead of crucial 2024 Paris Olympic ticket qualifiers. Details of this and more with Osun Esemodu.
In the Battle of Eagles in Marrakesh, Morocco, the Eagles of Mali came out tops with a 2-0 victory over the Super Eagles of Nigeria in an international friendly on Tuesday night. The outcome of the match is now a reality check for the Super Eagles interim coach Finidi George, who has now won 1 of his 2 matches in charge.
I think it would be fair enough to try him as one of our own, who has the pedigree, who has the experience to lay a foundation for the Super Eagles.
Meanwhile, the Minister of Sports Development, John Eno, says preparations have begun in earnest for the next African Games in 2027 to strengthen areas of deficiency and improve the performances of Team Nigeria going forward. The minister, in his post-assessment of Team Nigeria in the just concluded African Games in Accra, Ghana, also believes that an African country, including Nigeria, has the capacity to host the Commonwealth Games for the first time.
What we're going to try to do is to, other than continue to spend so hugely on competition, that we'll try to see how we can be spending more and more for preparations and for development.
In tennis, Daniil Medvedev took another step towards retaining a title for the first time in his career as the Russian third seed defeated Germany's Dominik Kofa 7-6 love to reach the quarterfinals of the Miami Open. Number 1 seed Carlos Alcaraz also booked a place in the quarterfinals after a straight-set 6-3, 6-3 win over 23rd seed Lorenzo Musetti. In the women's category, Victoria Azarenka continued her bid for fourth Miami Open title with a 7-6, 1-6, 6-3 victory over Juliana Petseva to set up a semi-final encounter with Ella Rybakina. With Sports Update, I'm Austin Edemodu, NTA News.
For more in the world of sports, here are the tidbits. That's all we can take for now. Thank you for watching.